Well, we're heading to the airport to get my dad. He just landed, actually, 30 minutes early, and we're not there yet. So let's go pick him up. Good, how are you?
Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. I know.
How's your flight?
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Every place you go, you can walk around with a mask. It's crazy. Flight was good.
What's happening, guys? Back at the bus here. My dad just got here this morning. We are getting ready to do some plumbing work, and we'll show you some of that. So the first thing we're going to be doing here is working on the gray tank. We're going to hang that underneath, and right now we're sorting through the fittings and making sure we know what size fittings we're going to use, what size hole saw for the hole we need to drill, and taking some measurements for pipe. So we're going to head to Lowe's here in a little bit, get that stuff, and get started hanging this tank. Let's see where the plumber went. Looking for the expert.
Oh, me. You've reached your... Oh.
Hey, what are we doing under here?
I'm measuring to drill some holes to hang the gray water tank. So, last time I was here, a couple months ago, I started laying it out. So I'm just making sure that that's going to work. Making sure there are piping sequence that we want to have installed here with the valve, and the HEPVO valve is going to fit to what I had figured last time. It looks like it will, so my marks will stand up. So this is a drain. We're going to come out. We're going to have the HEPVO filter here, the HEPVO valve here.
Yep. With
the adapters, 2 adapters on this side. Then we're going to have a reducer here. It's going to come over in 45 over into this piece that's sticking down through the floor, and
like
that's what's going into the top of the tank. That's going into the top of the tank. So, and then we have to put this valve in here somewhere. So we need to make sure that we have enough room to fit this, the 90, this thing, and the reducer before we hit this 45. And we should.
Hey, get those decals off of there.
No. There's a lot of adhesive left. And a lot of paint chips off the bus. So, what I'm doing here is using our handy dandy heat gun, heating up these reflective tape because it's really on there. And on this side, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but there are a ton of cracks in this tape. So that's, it's not a problem. It's just, I can't peel this off in like one nice piece. It peels off like that. But if you have a bus that doesn't have all these cracks in it and you're doing this process, heating it up, scraping it off, peeling it, and it's cracking, usually that just means you're putting your heat gun on for too long. So don't put your heat gun in one spot, leave it there, because it'll heat up too much, make that tape really brittle. So you kind of want to keep it going, move it around consistently, and scrape the heck out of it, in our case. Also, the next step of this whole process, because I'm barely getting these chunks off little bit by bit, I don't know if you can tell, but, well, my dirty fingerprints are showing you. This is still has a lot of adhesive left on it. It's really sticky. So we're gonna use a 3M wheel, go back. I'm gonna scrape all that up, well, grind all that off with a 3M wheel. So we'll show you that shortly. But yeah, it's a whole process.
All right, so we're heading into Lowe's to get some stuff for the gray tanks and get that project started. All right, so what we're doing under here is we're getting ready to hang the gray tank, and so these threaded rods are going up through a support here. There's going to be a aluminum bracket across underneath the tank and one on top of the tank, kind of holding it together. So we've got washers and nuts on here. It's going to kind of squeeze the tank and hold it in place. So these rods are the first step. They're coming up through the support here. We had to drill through the support. The rods up here, we've got, let's see, I can't see it from this angle, but we've got a nut, a lock washer, and a washer. And then on top, we've got another washer and a nut on top. So this pipe here is the is the drain from the washer dryer and the sink that you saw inside. That comes together and then comes down here. It's going to go into the gray tank. And then we're going to have to connect the shower drain is back here, and that's going to kind of come in with it. And we'll show you that kind of as we get a little bit further. All right, sometimes after a lot of work, you just have to relax at the pool. Good morning. We are heading back to the bus. Stopped for some coffee and a breakfast sandwich, and now we're going to finish hanging that gray tank. So follow along. Here and marked off all the spots. We've got to drill holes for the rods to hang the gray tank, and then we're starting to drill them out here, and then they'll look like that. So I went to the gas station to get some gas because we are out. I don't know how it's still running, but I went to get gas and the gas station's out of gas cans. So now I gotta go all the way to Lowe's. All right, so we got all 6 of the threaded rods hung. All right, guys, so right now we are measuring where we're going to drill the hole in the gray tank. We've got it kind of roughed in, dry fitted in here, and we're going to make sure that we're drilling the hole in the right spot so that we can run the plumbing. We're going to take the tank down, drill the hole in, put the fitting in, and then we'll continue the install. Well, I hope it's in the right spot.
That's where it's gotta go.
Back to Lowe's.
An hour later.
One thing you gotta love about projects like this is that there's always something else you need. And so this is my second trip to Lowe's on a day where we left yesterday planning things so that we wouldn't have to make a trip to Lowe's this morning. We'd come straight to the bus. And now 2 trips to Lowe's later, here we are. So, oh well, those things happen. Well, somebody's been getting some work done while I was gone. Got the gray tank up there. Alright, so this is the shower drain up here, and it's coming down into a 90 and then to a 45, and that's going to go to this 3-way valve here, and this valve is going to allow us to let the water drain into the tank, or if we're out somewhere where we can use biodegradable soap and empty on the ground, it'll let us turn it and just dump shower water onto the ground. And so we got this idea from Bussy McBusface, and yeah, hopefully it works out. So here's our vent pipe for the top of the gray tank. some holes in the top of this. That'll allow air out. Three-way valve about to get installed. So gray tank's installed. We've got the brackets, 3 on the bottom. Got the other ones on the top here. Fully installed. We've got the plumbing. So again, this is the shower drain here. Comes down into this 3-way valve that we can dump water here instead of into the tank. Then it goes into the tank at the top. And I don't know if I'll be able to show you across the other sides. All the way over there is the, what's it called? Vent. The vent over there. Alright, let's get out of here. It's almost 100 again today. Anything you want to add? Anything you want to add?
Yeah, a good day. It was a long day. Got to hit a few roadblocks, but Lowe's loves us. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
There you go.